Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We're back again with more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And finally, the new DLC, Inevitable Excess, is out. Let's go ahead and dig into it. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick to normal. That's what I've been doing this whole time anyway. And we took a vote. You all said you wanted to use the Lich character, so Professor Snape it is. Yeah, Severus Sacred is Gold Dragon. That's not finished yet. Okay. Let's press next, and hey, it takes us right into it. Let's go.
The architect of the world wound, Rilu Vorlesh, awaited the commander in the heart of Threshold. Their confrontation seemed imminent, but an unexpected obstacle appeared in the commander's path. Who would dare to postpone the inevitable?
Okay, ooh. Oh, that's right. I don't think it even let me remove this from him even when we did a full rest. So, oh well. An impassable barrier. Vague silhouettes can be seen beyond it, looking as though they were molded from gray mist. For the moment, the way to the heart of Threshold is blocked. Who's this? Oh, Queen Gallery. Okay, she's got her Miriam and stuff going on. Let's see.
I'm gone.
Access detected. Verbal exchange initiated.
The monotone voice rings out across the dungeons of Threshold.
Request. If you can hear me, please proceed to the fortress entrance.
Perception. Try to pinpoint where the voice is coming from. The resonant, emotionless voice seems to be coming from every direction at once. Who is that speaking?
This world is under threat. Anomalies are destroying its integrity. The danger is critical. Assistance is required. Request. Please proceed to the fortress entrance.
What? What anomalies?
Anomalies are destroying the integrity of this world. All necessary information will be provided to you directly when we reach. Request. Please proceed to the fortress entrance.
Show yourself. Let's talk face to face.
Request denied due to the severity of the current situation.
I'm on my way to fight a Rilu. I don't have time to talk to you, whoever you are.
Request denied due to the severity of the current situation.
I'm coming, but I expect a detailed explanation when we meet.
Request. Please proceed to the fortress entrance.
Well, that's disconcerting. All right.
We do it my way.
Whoa. Touch. And interesting.
Request. Please proceed to the fortress entrance.
Mythic, Dream Slayer, Malignant, and what are you? Same deal. Okay. Oh, well, you go down easily enough. Oh, that's right. Of course, I'm Lich. You're gonna go down no problem. Okay. And touch you as well. What's this? Just another creature to touch. Okay. Hey, let's speed this up a little bit. Here.
Anomalies are destroying the integrity of this world. Assistance is
Deep Shadow of Shock. Alright, you went down no problem. Ooh, look at that portal. That's new. Threshold. Oh, it would let me switch out. Whoa, why is Windowog dead? Damn, how did that happen? Yeah, because in this game I combined them both, so she should be available as a party member. Weird. Okay, final bear, we're out. Gray fog, thick and dense, gathers beyond the fortress doors. Passing through it seems impossible for the moment.
Follow if you dare.
Access detected. Verbal exchange has been initiated and will be recorded in my memory. I have been waiting for you. My name is Valmalos.
New voice acting. I definitely appreciate it. Let's go. Who are you, Valmalos?
A primordial inevitable. My second name is the Answering Right. I am the Guardian of Magic. My task is to monitor instances of dangerous, experimental, unsanctioned magic and to neutralize them if they pose a threat to the integrity of this world.
Who are primordial inevitables?
We are living machines, super golems created to perform certain tasks. The primordial inevitables were the first among all inevitables. Eons designed us. Axiomites poured the metal for our bodies. Axis is the crucible from which we came. The material plane is the site of our vigil. The powers of a primordial inevitable are comparable to those of a demigod.
You monitor the use of dangerous magic capable of destroying the world. Where were you when Aurilu Vorlesh opened the world wound?
The world wound problem was promptly analyzed. Inevitable Emeslin was sent to eliminate it. The result was failure and loss of functionality. Axis thanks you for destroying Emeslin.
So if you remember when we had, well, at least for those of you who watched I think it was either the final episode of my Lich playthrough or just before that final episode, when we went through Threshold, we actually met Emeslin, and we had to destroy him in order to break through into Aurilu's inner sanctum. Valmalos's voice is sanguine. It is impossible to tell if Emeslin's defeat and death trouble him at all.
The world wound problem is still to be resolved. Your arrival here is linked to the search for a solution to the world wound problem.
Emeslin's death doesn't bother you at all?
Emotions were not factored into the construction of inevitables. The creators considered them superfluous.
Let's get to the point. What do you want from me?
This world is under threat. Anomalies are destroying its integrity. The danger is critical. Assistance is required. The confluence of mythic, semi-divine, and divine powers in one place on Golarion risks destabilizing the very fabric of the material plane. The power of the Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade must be contained to prevent catastrophic consequences.
Let me make one thing clear. I don't owe you a thing.
Clarification accepted. You owe inevitables nothing.
What do you mean by anomalies?
Small rifts in reality spontaneously manifesting in the fabric of this world. They are like a sickness poisoning this world, generating copies of various creatures from its memory and imbuing them with irrational behavior. The anomaly-infected copies are non-functional. They must be eliminated.
What kind of catastrophe are you talking about?
The confluence of excess powers in one place, exacerbated by the conflict between them, is having a destructive effect on reality. Rifts in the world's matter are imminent. The world of Golarion will be torn to pieces, and, it is likely, consumed by other planes. This catastrophe must be prevented. If you call upon your power, you should be able to sense the impending catastrophe.
Perception. Focus on your senses. Somewhere far away, at the edge of your perception, you do sense some kind of disturbance, a tension, like someone is trying to wind a mechanical clock past breaking point, and this feeling is emanating from Threshold. At the same time, you feel a strange lightness in your chest. The bleeding scar has vanished, leaving behind no sign at all that it was ever there. What specifically do you want me to do?
The anomalies created by these material rifts must be destroyed. Their focal point has been detected in the city of Iz. Request: you will go to Iz to destroy the anomalies. Warning: anomalies can influence the minds of those subjected to them. Be prepared for memory distortions.
But I sensed a strain in the fabric of reality coming from Threshold. Why are you sending me to Is?
Entry to Threshold is currently impossible. Anomalies are everywhere. I will remain here and search for a way to solve the anomaly problem in Threshold, while you solve the anomaly problem in Is.
I don't have time for your request. A Relu is waiting for me.
Threshold is the center of the material rifts in this world. Entry is impossible. The probability of being teleported to a random plane is high. A solution to this problem is being found. The anomalies in Is are currently of a higher priority.
No way. I'm going back to Threshold.
Threshold is sealed. Attempts to return there are doomed to fail.
So the Lich isn't going to reach for his weapon. He understands he's in an impossible situation and he needs more information before he's going to get back to Threshold. So for now, we'll select, well, I guess I don't have any choice but to go to Is.
This verbal exchange will be terminated and recorded in my memory. We will meet again when you have solved the problem in Is.
Okay. So once you get through with this initial conversation, oh, by the way, so I went through that part already as an angel. And because of that, I did not have undead party members. Sela, Woljev, Arushale, and Queen Galfrey and Ember were in my party. And all of them, except for Galfrey, talked a lot during that conversation. And they had full voice acting. So just wanted to let you know that for those of you who are thinking about your own playthrough, unfortunately, we put this as a poll and the channel voted that they wanted to do Lich, so that's what I'm going to do it as. But you're not going to get as much banter as you would if you went through it with another Mythic Path that had more party members to choose from. Now, we're at the beginning of this. You get a bunch of recipes and ingredients for those recipes, along with the with some diamonds and some diamond dust. All very cool. And what they also have here, which I think is absolutely brilliant, is some store merchants who have a ton of the best items from Pathfinder and Wrath of the Righteous. So, you know, like +6 belts of physical flow or physical perfection. Just about all the really, really nice stuff that you might have missed out or that you don't have if you're starting. I don't know why the scroll thing is doing that. But there we go. You know, special boots that you might have missed out on. So basically, you can go ahead and outfit your character exactly the way you want them to be. So I'm not going to play around with that all that much right now, but thought it was good to point out for you all. More than likely, I'm pretty sure I'm satisfied already with the way I'm set up. Why don't they always leave something empty here? What is that about? Here we go. Here we go. Yep. I just want to make sure I got all the things I would usually use. I mean, everybody else is whatever. The Lich is the most important one. Okay. Now, the sword of valor is fluttering in the wind triumphantly. Got that, got that. We'll talk to him in a minute. Hey, Commander. Anivia's face is mottled red with fresh cuts, and her neck is wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. She holds a dagger with a jagged edge in her hand, and the blade lets out a grating shriek with every pass on the whetstone. We need to talk. Right, so what are you doing here? Anivia looks blankly at you. Seeing how you off me, you mean? Iomade gave me a stay of execution. She said my duty won't be done till Threshold falls, and then she resurrected me and told me to watch over you. Lore religion. Iomade resurrected you? A strange choice. You recall more than a few occasions when gods have brought mortals back to life. Clearly, it's not a rare occurrence after a failed lore check. Got questions for me? Why don't you ask Iomade what made her bring me back from the afterlife? Are you going to avenge your death? Well, it's kind of obvious I wasn't brought back to settle my score with you. Anything I try to do to you will only hurt the crusade, so let's drop the subject. For now, at least. I see. Anivia confines herself to a curt nod. How are things in the camp? I sent most of the soldiers to spread out around the area. We've got Threshold surrounded. We set up our base of operations here, somewhere you can rest and replenish your supplies. We're preparing to attack. Didn't I just send you off to attack on Threshold? Anivia peers at you sympathetically. Been out in the sun too long, Commander? I am positive that I already attacked Threshold. After a brief pause, Anivia cautiously and almost clumsily replies, your words ring hollow. No, you haven't attacked Threshold yet. You're still preparing. The big battle is still ahead of us. Hey, are you alright? Oh, you mean this scratch? Anivia points at the bandage around her neck. I got clawed. It's nothing serious. The traitorous croak in her voice suggests the opposite. What do you want to talk about? The frantic shrieking of the whetstone on the dagger dies away. I know the big push is coming, and now's not the right time, but Aniva's eyes lock with yours, and you can see the panic in them. We gotta save Beth, before it's too late. Where's Irabeth, and what does she need to be saved from? She's in Iz. One of our units on patrol spotted a band of demons. We gave chase and pursued them all the way to Iz. Then more of the scum jumped up out of nowhere and everything went to pot. We had to split up. Irabeth's group was forced to retreat into some ruins, and we couldn't get to them. I tried, but I almost got the rest of us trapped there too. Anivia touches the bloody bandage. And then I got clawed. Long story short, Beth's somewhere out there still. Alive, I hope. You won't make it through in small groups, and I, damn it all, don't have the right to call a larger troop away from the main attack. Aniva's voice grows louder. I thought of just dropping everything and trying to sneak through on my own, but that's a suicide mission, not a rescue mission. The dagger rings out plaintively as Anivia tosses it against the stones. So what am I supposed to do? Sit here and wait until all of them are killed? Irabeth is fighting in the crusade as well. Anivia smiles bitterly. Yep, Iomade resurrected us both together. I think she only wanted to bring back Beth at first, but that stubborn idiot refused to come back without me. What were the demons like? They were strange. They looked normal enough, but they weren't. There was something off about them. Something wrong. Anivia says these words with particular gravity, her voice edged with steel. I'll find Irabeth. Thanks. Anivia goes strangely limp and the light in her eyes go out. I hoped you would say that. One time, you dragged me out of the bowels of Kennebress. Now Beth needs your help. I have to go. Okay, so I killed her off, but somehow she's back. Silver tongue, I can sell that. The Lich does not care about persuasion. We'll talk with Storyteller last. Yep, I do have some corruption. Altar consecrated by Priest of Desna. Get that corruption off. Okay, so they have Hilor here, but unfortunately, he is completely bugged. If you try to reset a party member who has later levels, for example, Galfrey, not this version, but the version for Angel, she's going to start at level 15 when you try to respec her. When you go into the menu, it just says 20 out of 20 and doesn't allow you to do anything. When I tried to respec my main character, it would let me get to the respec screen where you pick the portraits. I would click next, and then I could not actually go into the classes menu to select a subclass. It would just let me highlight a regular class. All bugged out, completely awful. You can't really respec from here. At least I wasn't able to. Your mileage may vary, especially if you're playing further along. They might drop another patch. You know, Salcat. Venture Captain Hilor salutes you warily. He looks haggard and lost. Commander, I'm glad to see you alive. You don't look so well. My journey was rough. All of my comrades fell in battle, and I spent 4 sleepless days and nights running from demons who wanted to skin me alive. By some miracle, I crossed paths with one of your patrols, and that's what saved me. What are you doing here? I ended up here by accident. I spent a great deal of time tracking down the Spinner of Nightmares, and I finally discovered her lair. I recruited a daring team, and I went to put a stop to her misdeeds, but that's where our luck ran out. The demons roaming the area slaughtered every one of my fellows, while I myself was rescued by Crusader scouts. And here I am. I can't continue chasing the spinner on my own, but I can be of use to you and your troops. The Pathfinder Society has long suggested that I oversee the selling of loot from their expeditions. After seeing our position at the front with my own eyes, I finally agreed. If I ever need your services, I'll come find you. I'll help where I can, and my supplies are at your disposal, but I hope I can expect some help in return. I have a crusade of my own to wage, after all. Show me your supplies. I forgot, do I have anything I need to sell? I probably got some extra stuff here. As you see with the new patch, if you have a large stack of something, you just click it and it'll bring the whole thing over. You don't have to filter through it the way you did before. Breastplate +2, that serves no purpose. Do you benefit from this? Mithril plate 3, yeah, okay, so I definitely need to give you some heavy armor. Nobody needs that, nobody needs that, nobody needs that. This is a relic, I guess I'll hold on to this. Wisdom +6, that's somebody who can use that. Don't need that, I'll hold on to that, don't need that. And bulk selling, and we're good. Good to see you, Commander. What sort of help do you have in mind? Help me finish my hunt. Hilor shows you a map with a location marked on it. Here, in the very heart of the wound, lies the lair of the Spinner of Nightmares. I got close enough to see she has a horde of minions there, and there are abyssal spawn prowling about the vicinity. As much as I hate to admit it, this is a fight I can't win, but you can. Do this for me. Kill the Spinner of Nightmares in her lair and save my poor Lori. Remind me, actually no, the Spinner of Nightmares is his daughter who's been taken and is a demon. Don't you get the feeling that we've had this conversation before? I've already cleared out the Spinner of Nightmares' lair. Hiller gives you a look of confusion. Your words ring hollow. I don't know whose lair you cleared out or what name its owner called herself, but the Spinner of Nightmares is most definitely alive and well, and she is holding my daughter captive. I'll drop by the Spinner of Nightmares' lair. Hillor salutes you solemnly. Thank you. I hope you return victorious and bring my Lori back to me. But if something has happened to her, you know what must be done. Avenge her, and do not hold back. I have to go. All right. That's all the people who are here currently. Let's go ahead and head out and complete some of these quests. Let's do a save here. So when you come into the DLC, it will, even though you'll have a similar name, or the same name really, it will split your saves into a different list, which is great for me because I've got a bunch of saves and it takes forever for the save list to load when I have to do one of my regular playthroughs. All right, we'll go ahead and hang on to him, I guess. The path of the commander, which seemed to be drawing towards its logical conclusion, has unexpectedly taken a new turn. But there is no time to marvel at the twist of fate. The world is under threat, and the wielder of extraordinary powers must deal with it, whether he wishes to or not. The world wound yawns wide before the commander, as hostile as ever. Or perhaps it is not quite the same as always. The commander decides that he should, perception, take a good look around. The world wound, oh no. There is nothing out of the ordinary about the scene at first glance, but upon closer inspection, oddities begin to appear. Quite literally appear. Has now come into view on the horizon, though it was not there before. Or perhaps it was there all along, and has only been revealed now that the skies are clear. Speaking of which, when did the world wound last experience clear skies? On the other hand, one never knows what strange phenomena the world wound might produce. Perhaps fair weather is one of them? Regardless, the commander faces a long road ahead. He decides to go to the lair of the Spinner of Night. Oh, stay put. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. I wanted to talk to him. My bad. The storyteller is sickly pale. his dry hands shaking slightly as they clutch a ring of some kind. His white lips whisper something you cannot make out. He senses your footsteps only when you walk up right to him, saying with a start, "Who is this?" "Ah, Commander. Greetings." "I'm sorry, I did not recognize your footsteps. My mind is in turmoil, it seems." The storyteller's voice drops to a whisper. "I fear that it is playing tricks on me. Please, examine the items I'm carrying. Perhaps some of them could tell us a story." "Of course, Commander." The storyteller pulls out a handful of items from your bag and suddenly lets out an incoherent shout. I see everything. I am the invincible commander at the head of a legion of demons marching on Galarian. I watch as the heavenly light pouring from my hand turns the realms of the accursed Discarian Baphomet to dust. I am sitting in a comfortable chair at a meeting of all-powerful fools who have spent the last 100 years trying to figure out what to do about the world wound. No, this is no chair. It's a throne. And all around me are undead servants, and they are bowing obsequiously before me. The storyteller tosses your items aside and collapses. I see too many things. Most of them are false, things that never existed. I know these images are untrue, but I feel them as if they are real. Please, take these back. I am not a reliable narrator of their past and future. What's wrong with you?" "I don't know, Commander. I've been stricken with a strange malaise, and I feel myself going mad. Whenever I touch an object, I see not its story like before, but its many possible versions, as if all that ever came to be has cast many shadows in every direction, and I am wandering amongst them. It's terrifying. I am a frail, blind wanderer, and my memory is all I have. I've lived for it, leaned on it. Why, all I am is memory in a decrepit shell, and now my mind is toying with me, and I am frightened. I do not know what is true. Who are you? One who stands before me? Have we truly met before? Am I an old madman clinging to a passerby's sleeve, pestering them with my ramblings?" He hunches helplessly under the weight of his own terror. I fear the moment when my strength of mind will fade completely, and I will become a babbling lunatic who talks to rocks. I want to reach out to my past once more, my real past, not one from a vision. In the world wound, there is a tower that once served as my abode. Will you take me there? I'm afraid I no longer have it in me to make the journey alone. I will escort you to your tower. Thank you. Shall we depart at once? A strange ripple passes over the landscape, as if everything is but a reflection in a pond where a stone has just landed. Your senses scream at you that something unnatural is at work here. Doom, 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 doom. Ooh, I remember this dragon fight. The first time I did that, that was so brutal at this tower. All right, and we do have all our buffs, right? Yeah, I'm not taking a close look, but it looks like most of the buffs we've usually won is still there. How prettily they burn. Oh, damn magic. There are traps all over and spell. A strange pair, a wound worm and a crusader in blood-stained armor, is absorbed in burning the scrolls on the shelves, not noticing you. If you could burn any great figure, anyone at all, who would it be? Rune Lord Zutha. He was fat, maybe the fattest there ever was, and I enjoy watching the plump ones pop when the fat inside them comes to a boil. I would burn Caden Kalian, but before he became a god. They say he had a good joke for every occasion. I wonder what wisecrack he come up with atop a bonfire. How did we end up here? I do not know, Commander. I cast no spells. It's as if the world itself transported us here the moment you decided to help me. I have never encountered phenomena of this nature before. Do you remember these two? I recognize these spiteful voices. The warrior and the traitorous crusader who tried to burn me in the Blackwing Library. Strange. I thought he died in Kennebrus. And the dragon almost devoured me in my tower. I owe my escape to you. Leave the cover. Hey, you two. Oh, it's the one I was telling you about. That's the crusader who played the joke on me. The one that ended with me getting blown to smithereens. He jabs his finger emphatically in your direction. A real dirty trick, sure. But I had a good laugh explaining the circumstances of my death at my audience with Pharasma. You're not the only one he brought down, Caleb. You too? What a coincidence! So, you're the commander everyone's talking about. I guess we're both high flyers. Professionally, in your case. And literally, in mine. I killed both of you, so what are you doing here? Somebody resurrected us. Let's just call him our new employer. You've met him, by the way. Big mechanical fellow with his heart on the outside keeps yammering on about what's right and what's anomalous. Anyway, he brought us back to life, and as payment, he demanded that we complete an important mission for him. Important? Devara scoffs. He simply sent us to clean up a mess. He said this whole tower is steeped in animality, down to the last pebble, and it must be burned along with its contents without leaving a single page of stone behind. Now that the opportunity has presented itself, I think we should also incinerate its owner. She shoots the storyteller a menacing look. It's strange. You've never heard of mortals being resurrected by Valamus before. The primordial inevitable's power is certainly vast, but he holds no special influence over life and death. And why you in particular were chosen for this task? Maybe Vamalos could tell we were naturals at burning literature. Or doting old elves. I was never all that interested in literature myself. I take it you're about to start a fight? I'd love to fight you, but it will have to wait. This time we're following the orders of your ally, so I guess we're the good guys today, and you'll stay out of our way. We'll just turn everything in this place to ash, and you can go about your business. You can leave the elf here if you like. We'll burn him too. And feed on him. The storyteller straightens up, his pale skin glowing faintly and his voice acquiring an unusually regal air. He raises his hands and a shimmer of magic envelops them. Remove your filthy hands from my memories. Whatever they may be, they are mine. And anyone who encroaches upon them, I will send to Pharasma as many times as I must. See? The elf is asking for it. What say we kill him together? We'll tell Valmalos that you helped us, and like semi-divine entities are wont to do, he'll treat you to some kind of reward, eh? You've changed, storyteller. The storyteller's peaceable, harmless demeanor is gone, transforming him into an animated, wrathful mummy. I remember my days as a mighty warrior and a conqueror of the unknown. Memories of the past and the might-have-beens overwhelm me, and it feels good. Knowledge Arcana. Pick up a piece of paper and study it carefully. The paper is covered in elaborate magical equations. With great difficulty, you manage to make sense of them. These calculations seem to prove that the existence of magic is impossible, and they look eerily convincing. What are you talking about? Is the tower really an anomaly? I am unfamiliar with the word anomaly, but yes, my tower is laced with chaotic and impossible memories, which makes its existence unnatural. Perhaps an echo of these memories has reached out to me through the tower. But that does not concern me. I am memory. It is my duty to preserve stories, and those who threaten them will witness the power of the greatest archmage of Kyonin. How about we ease up on the arson and go our separate ways? Impossible. We were brought back for a single purpose. I assumed that should we fail to fulfill it, we would drop dead again. And I much prefer being alive. Easy there, Commander. I mean, we're doing the right thing here, and the old fart over there is trying to ruin everything. He's the one you need to deal with, not us. Okay, so Lich still doesn't have much information to work with, but he is going to assume that Valmalos is the key to getting back to Threshold so he can deal with the Relu. And until he knows differently, he's going to side with him so that once he's back, he can figure out how to kill Valmalos for the way he has insulted the Lich. So for now, we're going to say, Storyteller, stand down. They must carry out Valmalos' order. Powerful offensive spells coalesce in the Storyteller's hands. Then you and I are friends no longer, Commander. It is regrettable, but I must destroy you. Plus, the Lich doesn't feel any particular loyalty or closeness towards the Storyteller. You sense that the ground beneath your feet is a little firmer than before, the colors more contrasting, and the sounds sharper. Your actions have brought a modicum of stability to this place. The turn base is... Oop. Okay, turn base is definitely not necessary. The Storyteller is writhing on the ground, violently coughing up blood. I am sorry, Commander. I've forgotten who I am. The changes in my mind have gone too far. Tell me about your connection to the tower. What is wrong with this place? My own understanding is quite limited, Commander. All I know is that this tower and I are connected by a spiritual bond. For I am a living font of stories, and the tower is my past, my own story. It has absorbed some chaotic energies of the unreal, and through our bond, they have affected me as well. The scrolls that fill this tower, the knowledge that lies within, these are the same false memories that have appeared in my mind. Why did you attack me? I beg your pardon. My passion for preserving stories has robbed me of my reason. My new recollections may tell the tales of that which never existed, but that does not diminish the significance in my mind. I wanted to protect them all. Address Caleb and Devara. Happy? We are, as a matter of fact. That was quite the thrilling fight. How should we finish this? Burn him or just cut him? Tear him apart? So like I said, the Lich doesn't care about Storyteller, but he still sees Storyteller as a resource. So, if possible, he would prefer not to kill him. So I will deal with him myself. Hopefully that gives me the option to let him live. If you say so, it's your kill. Let me help you. No. The Storyteller's voice is firm. I can tell that whatever it is that's happening to me is wrong. I'm sure you can too. I do not want to harm anyone once it takes over my mind. Leave me. Please. Farewell. Farewell, Commander. All right. So, something is going on. Chaos is disrupting the land. Luminous herb. Okay, and potion of purple wounds. I always love watching fire. Ooh, leave me alone. Do not tempt fate. Do not tempt fate. Come on, bro. You crushed me the first time I faced you. But after that, every single time we've seen each other since then, you have received the smackdown. Don't talk about tempting fate. Don't delude yourself, brother. Your era of dominance has long come to an end. Jeez, okay. Well, my elemental protection is there. All right. Ooh, this, you know what? And you know what's even worse? You'll come to this tower, get completely wrecked by the dragon, then come here and face the only, what are they called, Mangoros or whatever in the entire game, and get wrecked by them too. Absolutely brutal. Are you serious? Oh my god, I hate that. So, I guess all that patching they did, they still ain't fixed this bug where Exsanguinate will target your freaking party members. Why? You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch over to Acid Splash. Just let him use that, and then I'll use the more powerful stuff manually when the situation calls for it. Just to make sure. Okay, we are on normal. These guys are cake. This is like way easier even than going through Threshold. Wow, that's interesting. You would have thought they would have made these guys like kind of tough in consideration of how powerful you should be when you get to this point, but all right. I guess not. Or maybe you have to get to the named enemies before you're going to see real power. We just picked up a Flawless Cloak of Resistance +7. The cloak grants us wear immunity to level drain and ability score damage. We don't care about that. The undead care nothing about ability drain. All right, we'll go ahead and save here. Next up. Ooh. Oh, snap. We got a bunch of stuff from Storyteller. I didn't see his body. Where's his body? Oh, there we go. There's his body. My bad. All right, what we got here? True Serenity. This shirt grants us wear spell resistance 34 against the enemies of chaotic alignment. Belt of Perfection +8. Headband of Mental Perfection +8. Goggles of Mind Control, we've seen that before. Owlbear Skin Boots. These boots grant their wearer immunity to slowing and paralyzing effects, entanglement, and difficult terrain. We've seen that before. Amulet of Martial Arm +6. Braces of Armor +8. Did they get to +8 in the original game? I can't remember. And then a Cloak of Resistance +6. Awesome. All right. So the new gear's already flowing in. It's good to see. The world wound yawns wide before the commander, as hostile as ever. The commander decides that he should go to the lair of the Spinner of Nightmares. It is strange, but the road to the commander's destination seems much shorter than it first appeared. It seemed as though the commander had only just set foot on the path before the journey was already at its end. Then again, it is probably nothing more than the commander's imagination playing tricks on him. One memory tends to only record vivid experiences, and the monotonous trek here can hardly be described as such. Yes, that must be the reason. Okay, so in the main game, we definitely finished that quest, found her lair, and brought her. Did we bring her back to her father, or did we just kill her in her lair? I can't remember, but we definitely dealt with her. Everlasting Light. This +5 full plate mail grants its wearer immunity against fear and compulsion effects. Every time the wearer becomes a target of such effect, they grant all allies, including themselves, in the 30-foot area, a +4 morale bonus on attack and damage rolls, as well as all saving throws for 3 rounds. Okay, and there's nobody down here to talk with, right? Elder of Rock, sure. What's this? Gunk berries. These red berries look so appetizing that you do not doubt for a moment that they are incredibly poisonous. All right. Bunch of enemies, but no spinner. Who's up here? Galander Adept. You don't see them every day. The figure closest to you turns around, stares at you, and barks, "I will save you, young lady." The figure standing next to the first turns to you, giving you a stern look, then says with finality, "Wicked mirages surround us." The loud voices seem to have disturbed a third figure, which turns around and whispers, "It's so easy to feel lonely in a crowd. Who are you?" The second figure shrugs and says with a tinge of sadness, "Wicked mirages surround us." The closest figure responds to the second angrily, clenching its fist, "I will save you, young lady." Failed Knowledge World, you begin to grow tired of this gibberish. "I'm looking for the Spinner of Nightmares." Your words cause the third figure to goggle at you fearfully and bring a finger to its lips. It's so easy to feel lonely in a crowd. Perception check. The insistence with which the third figure is urging you to avoid being noticed suddenly feels important. Is this place dangerous? The closest figure nods with utmost seriousness and enunciates, I will save you, young lady. I have a theory. The closest figures speak up fervently, echoing your words. I will save you, young lady. I need more details to work with. It's so easy to feel lonely in a crowd. The figure's voice carries a hint of pity. Examine the figures. The second figure, the one warning about wicked mirages, scrutinizes you in turn, then whispers, poignantly and somewhat sadly, wicked mirages surround us. Could all these figures be illusions? Hastily crafted copies expressing the simple thought that preoccupied their creator when they were conjured? I have a theory. All of you are nothing but illusions. Am I right? The second figure drones affirmatively. Wicked mirages surround us. I need more details. A gold coin for every new word in your vocabulary. Deal? The second figure frowns and opens its mouth, but after a brief silence, it makes a helpless gesture, apologetically saying, wicked mirages surround us. I have a theory. Nope, need more details. All right, you tell me who you are right now before I kill you all. It's so easy to feel lonely in a crowd. The third figure gives you an accusatory look, shrinking away. I will save you, young lady. The closest figure's voice sounds reproachful, even a little offended. Perception. Whoever or whatever that the figure closest to you is, it's clearly determined to save someone, which could only mean one thing. Whatever is going on here, someone is in danger. I have a theory. Someone needs saving. Your creator, perhaps. Is your creator, by any chance, a young lady? The closest figure looks at you proudly. I will save you, young lady. So where is your creator? Is she hiding behind the crowd of illusions she conjured? It's so easy to feel lonely in a crowd. The third figure nods, delighted. All right, so where is she? All three figures, and every other figure in the room, turn toward an empty corner and stare at it silently. You hear a frightened sob coming from the empty corner. Show yourself. The illusion vanishes, and you see a young woman who is scared to death. Despite her fear, however, she's clutching a small knife, and that knife is confidently pointing at your face. Don't hurt me. You recognize the spinner of nightmares. When last you met, she was wearing cultist clothes and her face was stained with blood. Now she looks like a regular townswoman. Who are you? Why should I introduce myself to a stranger? With a look of desperation in her eyes, she gets a better grip on the knife. All right, fine. I'm Lori. And you are? Sizing you up, she adds in a harsher tone. Sure, you look scary, but my father fought worse monsters on his adventures. I know you. You're the spinner of nightmares, known cultist and criminal. If anyone's a spinner here, it's you. I'll have you know I'll be joining the Pathfinder Society next year. You heard of them? The guys who make short work of any cultist or criminals. What are you doing here? She's hesitant, clearly unsure whether or not she should be candid with you, then finally says, no idea. I just woke up all of a sudden, right here on the floor, and I haven't the slightest idea where I am or how I got here. Then the illusions came. Those dummies who only know how to say one phrase, and I think I'm the one creating them. It's like thoughts and images jump out of my head and take shape, but nothing like this has ever happened before. Am I a sorceress? I suppose I should decide what to do with you. Fat chance. I'm not going to let anyone do anything with me. Despite her fear, she assumes a fighting stance. It seems that someone has taught her the basics of melee combat. Attack. So again, the Lich has decided that he's siding with Valmalos, and he's already felt that there are disruptions, anomalies that are just happening. When he killed Storyteller, he could feel the world stabilizing. So from his standpoint, the best way to get back to Threshold as soon as possible is to get things back the way that they're supposed to be. Lori is supposed to be dead, so that's what we're going to do. Don't be afraid. I'll finish this quickly and painlessly. You can try. She prepares to fight, clearly determined to make you pay dearly for taking her life. You sense that the ground beneath your feet is a little firmer than before, the colors more contrasting, and the sounds sharper. Your actions have brought a modicum of stability to this place. Also, the effect of stabilizing the place calms the Lich. The Lich is actually terrified right now because he has done so much work to get himself into a particular position. And now he's been thrust into this situation and he doesn't have the power on his own to get himself out of it. More than anything else, he wants things to go back to exactly the way they were before. He doesn't want to lose his powers. He doesn't want to end up in a situation where he has lost ground. So the idea that he could take action and make things go back to exactly the way they were is definitely exactly what he wants to do. All right. And we will return to the entrance to Threshold. And now, good to see you, Commander. I have news for you. It's about the Spinner of Nightmares. You've dealt with the Spinner. Is my daughter safe? I'll just say she's dead. Lori is dead? Hiller's eyes are empty. That damn monster killed her after all. Hiller is silent for a while, then says firmly, "That's all right. The Spinner got away this time, but I'll get her yet. I'll save my Lori." Interesting. So, same thing as before. Whoa, wait. Oh, okay. Oh, what's showing complete quest? Okay, cool. So that quest is complete. And he does the same thing it does in a regular game. Refuses to accept that his daughter is dead. That's done. Now we can go to his. Hudson is interesting. Who is building things back up? All right, that's just regular scale mail. No special kind of armor. Did I? Nope. That's why I'm like, why does my formation look so off? Oh, you know what? And Char should be on his horse. Is his horse back at full health? No.
I'm always ready.
Oh, we healed you. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, he's on his horse. Back up. Now, formation. You're in front. You're in front. You're in front. You can be at the front. You can be at the front as well. You could be a little closer for your archery. Lich is there, and you stay in the back. Completely useless. All right, there we go. And there we go. That's a formation that I'm used to. Save there. And let's move forward.
I do what I must.
What are you doing in this? Marhavak. You recognize him from Act 3. He was in charge of Winter Sun. Made the deal with the demon. Greetings, Excess. The tall barbarian, your old acquaintance, looks at you with his brows furrowed. Didn't expect to see you here. What are you doing here in Iz when you're supposed to be in Threshold? Marvok? But you're dead. Marvok gives you a skeptical look. Your jest is uncalled for. We fought, and you prevailed, but you let me live. I've led the Winter Sun clan ever since, ruling by law and truth, like a true chief. I don't remember what I did with him. Did you just call me excess? You must have misheard. I said Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. Marvok seems to be speaking honestly, but you catch the sly glint in his eye. What are you doing in Iz? My clan and I made haste to aid you. We wanted to repay you for all the good the Crusaders have done us and join you in the battle at Threshold. But the journey took us longer than any expected, so I gave the order to head to Iz instead. We decided we would rebuild this place, restore it to its former glory. We've already raised 12 houses. 12 more will be ready by the end of the week. The work continues throughout Iz as we speak. Now I see that the Battle of Threshold is yet to take place. Then we will come to your aid when the fighting begins. I came here to destroy the anomalies. What can you tell me about them? I know what you speak of. There's nothing special about these anomalies, though. It's similar to a disease that drives forest beasts mad. Rabid creatures are not an uncommon sight in the Whirlwound. They die like any other beast, so they give us no trouble. To tell the truth, we've been handling these anomalies on our own well enough. But since you're here, go ahead and help. I have many questions for you, and I will answer them, but not here. The rules of hospitality demand that I speak to you in the Great Hall after you've rested. I don't believe you. That is your problem, not mine. Marvok chuckles. I'll speak with you later. Of course. I will be waiting for you in the Great Hall. We've erected a number of structures in Iz. You'll find it easily. Okay. So, a much different Iz than what we experienced the first time?
I'm gone.
Oh, it won't let me go. I'm like, why is he going around like that? Here we are. Give me a dinosaur bone. In here. What's this? Okay.
We do it my way.
Reality shudders as if it has been caught doing something shameful, but quickly returning to normal. Ooh.
Strike!
Who's that went out there by themselves? Of course, it's Queen Calvary. Ooh, that's Orso. Wow. That's interesting. Perception check failed. More failed perception checks. Is anybody going to succeed? Nope. Apparently not.
Follow if you
Is
dare.
anybody down there? No, we're good. Charge just got taken off his horse. It's all right. Commander, you're here. Excuse me. I am busy at the moment. Something to pick up. Okay. All that. Ooh, stairs over there. Can I get up there? No, I can't. Did I search everything over here, or is there more? Yeah, it looks like I got everything over in that area. Okay. All right. I think that's enough for one day. Hope all of you enjoyed the playthrough today. If you did, please leave me a like down below, share this content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.